Hi and happy Halloween. I wanted to wish you a happy Halloween. It's the 31st of October 2020 and today we have a full moon in Taurus. It's a blue moon, which just means that it's the second full moon of the month, and because we had the first one on the 1st of October, and also this particular full moon is at the same angle in the sky as, in the same degree as Uranus. So this will be a very enlightening time. Uranus gives us flashes and inspiration of enlightenment, psychic downloads, and this is on the day when the veil is the thinnest. So not sure what's coming up for you. Feel free to tell me in the comments below or private message me. But I had a voice in my head when I woke up this morning, and it sounded like an older gentleman, and he said, "You can't take it with you." And I heard him say it a few times, and I realised that whoever it was, it sounded a little bit like my granddad, although a little bit more Yorkshire. And he said, "You can't take it with you." And I knew that he was talking about money. So Taurus rules money. And I want to talk to you about the dynamic between Taurus and Scorpio. Taurus rules the second house of our astrology chart, and Scorpio rules the eighth. And this house is a really interesting dynamic, and we are all being called into considering those issues today. So now is a good time to talk about it and think about it. These issues might be coming up for you anyway. So I got to thinking about what this man had said. You can't take it with you, meaning you can't take money with you when you die from this earthly life. You come in naked. You don't come in with a wallet and a wad of cash. You come in entirely helpless and bound to trust in your caregivers. But we don't come in with nothing at all. We have in our energetic field the soul recollection of everything that we've already done and everything that we already are. Our soul. So our soul energy, our soul remembers on a very, very core level who we are, where we came from. Our soul came into this third dimensional life, into human life on earth, to experience everything in its fullness. And that's a very Taurus thing to do, to experience what we have, where we can go, who we are. And Taurus and second house matters call us into consideration of what possessions we have, what we own, what we value, what we find beautiful, what we consider to have inherent worth, inherent beauty. So that might be material possessions, but it might also be a spark that we find connective inside someone else. And this is why Venus rules both money and love. And I started thinking about money and love in very similar ways, and I don't think I've done this before. So if you consider that both love and money are forms of energy, then we have the allowing of that energy, or we have the disallowing of that energy. So we can allow money into our lives, or we can block money from coming into our lives. We can allow love to come into our lives, or we can block love from coming into our lives. We can give love, or we can choose to be a bit stingy with our love and hold a bit back. We can spend and give money out to others, or we can hold a little bit back and be a bit stingy with it. So I use the word stingy twice, but really, if we get to explore the underlying emotions behind what might make somebody hold on to money or hold onto the act of love giving, it could come from various sources, but the thing that comes up for me is fear. So not in myself, I mean, is it a fear of loss? Okay, I just got a ringing in my ear. Okay. I wish I could just pause this, but I promised myself I'm going to do the whole thing. Okay. So what I would like you to consider is having and not having, fear and disallowing. Do you hold on to something because you're afraid of losing it? Do you try and gather resources to be comfortable and stable? Okay, sorry, when I'm getting messages in, it's really kind of hard to keep my train of thought about what I was saying to you. It's like, how do I control talking to you when I am hearing other stuff? Okay. Thanks, Halloween. Okay, so I've always considered 8th house matters in Scorpio to be around possession and loss. And this is opposite Taurus, because Taurus is about accumulating and earning, and it's about our personal income, and it's about what we personally value. Whereas in Scorpio, in the 8th house, this is about merging with another. So it might be owning a house with someone else. So that's an exchange of money. It's like, one person comes along with money, another person comes along with money. They put that money together and pool those resources to buy something or make something bigger. You know, bigger than a house you could own on your own, for example. So things like mortgages and taxes and house ownership all fall into the 8th house. Now, something else that falls into the 8th house is sex. So if you have an energetic exchange with another person that flows from, you know, the energetic exchange of sexual energy, from loving energy, then that is a merging of another kind. And there is an energetic exchange that makes something else. It's almost like a tangible other feeling by the merging of that energy. And love creates that as well. So the act of loving another person, if you love someone, they love you back. You've created a third loving entity, or you may even create a child. Let's just stick with sex for a moment. When that has been created and that energy is experienced by both of you, then that's something that you don't own that person, because you've had that beneficial energetic exchange. And let's hope it's beneficial. If it's not a good energetic exchange, don't do it again, okay? Please believe me, don't do that again. So you've got this extra energy, and you cannot lose that, because your soul has grown and expanded through the experience of having that. It is something that you have, and that will not be lost. So if you get married and you break up and you have a house together and you have to sell that house because you can't own it anymore, because you don't have that much money anymore, then you have to, you know, you will need to sort out your finances around that. However, if you have an energetic exchange through an act of love, through sharing sexual energy, through sharing a heart bond, through sharing any variety of love given freely. What I'm talking about is love given freely. That is not taken away. That is there. That is accumulated in your heart. And it builds. That builds up your soul. It builds up your experiences. I didn't even plan what to say here. And I said I would do this quickly and it's already 10 minutes. Okay, I'm just going to say, going back to the man's words, you can't take it with you. You can't take material possessions out of this life into another. And we certainly don't come back with a passport when we reincarnate saying, this is who I was in a past life, so you better give me my house back, otherwise the Bronte personage would have a bit of trouble, wouldn't they? So yeah, we don't come back saying, this is my proof of who I was. However, in our soul, we do carry that. So we don't take our money with us. We don't take our physical possessions with us. That has to have a finite end. But we do carry with us the love that was given and received in our hearts, and including the love that we give to ourselves. And we will carry that with us through time and space, because we came from love and we will return to love. And I think that's it. Thank you for listening. Happy Halloween.